Namaste, hello students. We shall now come to the topic on procedure of practice, merits of the female dancer, defects of the dancer, decorations of the dancer, instructor, dance troupe, merits and defects of the troupe, teacher, actor, male dancer, Vaitalika, Charana, Kohalatika. While talking about the practical procedure including features and merits of types of performers, we need to look at the overall view in the text as well to realize the foundation upon which the writer has built this theory of practical procedure. In chapter 1, in Sangita Ratnakara, Sharangadeva in Pindotpatti Prakarana section describes the genesis of the human body from its conception to its growth. Nada is produced in the human body, hence the body has to be described. NATYASHASTRA also gives the analogy of the veena to the body. These seers had immense depth in alchemic knowledge of the macro-microcosmic model of the universe and the individual in layers of the gross, subtle and causal planes. The physiological account of the human body is given according to the medical Ayurvedic system. There is an implicit indication of chakras or energy centers, just as is there in the NATYASHASTRA without being explicitly opened up. This is based on the energy or vibration tantric school. It is said that by concentrating on some of these chakras, one could attain great heights in both dance and music. In Nada, Sthana, Shruti, Swara, Jati, Kula, Devata, Rishi, Chanda, Rasa, Prakarana, Sharangadeva describes how Nada arises in the human body just as the saint composer Tyagaraja has sung Nadi, Nabhi, Hrit, Kantha, Rasana in that famous Kriti of Shobillu, Saptaswara. Nada Rasa, which truly arises from the root or Mooladhara, delves into the navel and then manifests in the sthanas or places in the human body. Hrit, that is heart region, Kantha, throat, and gives rise to a spiritual bliss in the Sahasrara above the head chakra. In each sthana, because of the presence of 22 nadis, 22 shrutis are produced. Shrutis are units of tonal interval with which the interval of a swara is mentioned. Now, these are all concepts which are given in the Sangita Ratnakara, in the adhyayas other than Nartanadhyayas, the background of which is necessary to know when we read about Nartanadhyaya as well as to how the writer has handled the topics of procedure and practice or the merits of the dancers and the other members, so that one gets the perfect Nada Rasa. The 7 swaras are also associated with the songs uttered by the various birds and animals. For example, Shadja with the voice of peacock. Procedure for practice. Sharangadeva, being skilled as a dance practitioner as well, has given an elaborate procedure for the dance practice which contains clear instructions on the rituals, oblations and dance repertoire to be followed. He has used his discriminative thought while prescribing the essential requisites for a person fit for dancing, and if so, how to present herself, the method of instructing her with appropriate training, the troupe comprising of an array of members, and the general parameters within which all these elements are put together in order to bring out a spectacular presentation. The writer, on the basis of a flawless study of NATYASHASTRA and its commentary Abhinav Bharati, has given equal or rather exalted weightage to the praxis of the art. Calling this portion as Shrama Vidhi, Shlokas 1217 to 1223, Sharangadeva offers worship to Lord Ganesha the remover of obstacles, Saraswati presiding over speech, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, the stage or Ranga with its deities, instruments like cymbals, percussion, string and wind instruments in their respective order, Upadhyaya, the dancers, and the two pillars along with the central bar. The ingredients of offering consist of the fragrant musk and sandal paste, foodstuff which are anointed, white fragrant flowers, incense, and showing the arati or light, a variety of naivedya or food offering, and dresses, betel, and others. Thereafter, the skilled dancer should start her practice at an auspicious time. A firm bar is to be placed on the two pillars horizontally at the level of the dancer's chest, which she has to hold suitably by her hands in order to gain support. Her upper garment has to be well fitting so that her back is erect. It is then that the dancing girl should practice the limb movements and learn Valana, Sthapana, Rekha, Tala Samya, the layas and the angas and all accessories of Lasya dance. She should follow the singing and the instruments, which is also to be learnt by her. Sharangdeva emphasizes that the dancer needs to have good working knowledge of music from the beginning in order to become completely well versed. Shlokas 1224 to 1230 give details on the person assumed to be fit for dance. One fit for Nritta dance is usually a female dancer. It is well known that such dances can be of three types: very young or mugdha, youthful or madhya, and approaching middle age but still youthful and pragalbha, based upon the degree of youthfulness in each. Mugdha, very shy; madhya, with normal feelings; pragalbha, confidence and courage. The first type is accepted to be one eager for attention and just beginning to enter the sensuousness feeling stages. Her lips, rounded chest, cheeks, hips and thighs are well covered due to shyness. The second one is one learned in erotic love, as the age for dalliance with the manifested signs in the body contours, speaking the language of the signs of Cupid. The third type of youthfulness is that which has such a charm which cannot be resisted, who has been tutored by the Lord of Love himself, making her well experienced. Sharangdeva then speaks about another type who is characterized by signs of weakness and exhaustion, the body language displaying reduced enthusiasm, which is the Ati Pragalbha type, over mature, gradually tending towards old age, loses her charm and is not acceptable as suitable for dancing. When it comes to a child, the writer feels that we cannot include such a type as befitting a dancer for erotic sentiment, as it is devoid of intuitive or creative thinking power. This, of course, is a point to be noted, as there is ground for further analysis. Many a time, a child can possess original imaginative thinking ability in many areas, but the disqualification on the basis of the capability of mind may lose validity, and all the same, if it is made on the grounds of the physical traits, especially in the context of erotic sentiment on which he has divided the heroines fit for dance, it would probably be suitable. Perhaps this is also the reason why instructors usually refrain from teaching erotic sentiment to a child and focus on other bhavas until the right age and maturity is reached. Patra Lakshanam, Shlokas 1231 to 1236. The stance of a dancer is Saushtavam, or erect spine, embodied by a firm form. Limbs that are beautiful with supple arms and feet. Face that is pleasing enough to portray a myriad emotions with large eyes and lips painted red like the bimba fruit. A charming countenance with a sparkling smile that looks picture perfect with beautiful teeth. The neck is described like a spiral conch, the shapely arms and hands that move like graceful creepers, a slender waist and hips, the thighs similar to an elephant's trunk, neither too tall nor short, too heavy or too thin,
and without any physical handicap. She should not have crossed the age of a dancer, which may arise in conspicuous veins showing up in parts of the body, says the writer, and she should continue to be charming, beautiful, sweet in temperament and generous in attitude. Regarding complexion, Sharangdeva is fair in the sense that he does not discriminate between the fair skin or the dark skin and says that both are equally suitable. He then comes to the description of the best dancer according to him, that is, one who coordinates exactly with the thala or rhythmic beats and laya or tempo of the vocal strains and instrumental music, moving in delicate and sprightly style and expressing the correct meaning of the song. She is the perfect medium to communicate the essence of the poetry through her flowery limbs and soulful face, thereby creating the aesthetic bliss of rasa. Coming to defects in shlokas 1237 to 1239, Sharangdeva says that the above merits, if they are lacking partially or in combination, would result in a defect. The dance can become successful only if this is examined. We can surmise that the writer ascribes success of the dance as something which results exclusively from beauty. The dance which is devoid of a beautiful dancer cannot stand the test of complete success. This interpretation speaks of the time when beauty was the subject matter of many a literary work. All the masterminds of classic works like Kalidasa or Bhoja have given a wealth of Alankara Shastras, which gives to the modern mind a framework within which the world of art was conceived. The world, to Abhinavagupta, is like a stone which the muse, in its twin aspects of creator and connoisseur, renders worthwhile and enjoyable by the force of its beauty. When propounding rasa as the soul and secret of art, all writers from Anandavardhana to Jagannatha correlated this to beauty. In other words, beauty not only appeals to the senses but also touches upon one's deepest layer of consciousness. Hence, Sharangdeva's thesis on the qualities of a dancer has to be so comprehended that beauty is not restricted to the external appearance alone, but reflects in the manifestation of the form and content performed by the dancer with the goal of enrapturing the rasikas. All the same, practitioners of the art cannot forego the basic discipline to be followed in well maintaining the triad of body, mind, psyche, conventionally accepted as a significant part of these texts, including the Natyashastra, basically because it is this instrument of dancers, the body, that communicates an audio-visual enterprise. Decorations of the dancer is taken in shlokas 1239 to 1247. The braid of the dancer should be decorated well to suit the occasion. The hair which shines and is thick has to be knotted loose with bright flowers or a string of pearls. Curly strands of hair around the forehead decorated with sandal paste and musk and a beauty spot. Collyrium on the eyes enhancing the beauty, and ear ornaments which are in beautiful shapes, bright shining teeth, musk marked on the cheeks, pearl garlands on the chest and neck, golden bangles with gems on the arms, and finger rings studded with precious stones like diamonds, sapphires, rubies and others. The body is smeared with sandal paste or with red saffron. Pure white silk garments, a colorful costume with a well-fitting blouse and skirt, depending on the regional custom, are all to be suitably worn as embellishments for the dancer, who again may be dark or fair, says Sharangdeva, the devotee of Shiva.
The Upadhyaya and Sampradayika in shlokas 1247 to 1251 are described. Upadhyaya or instructor is someone who is considered as a man of good personality with a thorough knowledge of the science of dance and music and their combined effect. He should be clever in constructing a performance which includes the invocatory beginning and the concluding crescendo built up by the harmony of several musical instruments which he himself would know to play as well. He is required to know well the three grahas of music and well versed in traditional knowledge acquired through the Natya Parampara, the science of dhvani or sound, the excess or lack of sthayas, proficient in the many thalas and steady in the laya or tempo, and one who can create the prabandhas with the instruments. He is expected to be good in composing as well as teaching the pupils. The term Mukhavadya has been used here, which is a synonym for our modern day Natvangam, described here as the oral repetition of the sound of drums by the one who renders the cymbals. The Upadhyaya recites the Mukhavadya and prescribes the procedures to be followed by the dancers as well as the musicians. Sharangadeva says that there has to be a good mutual understanding between him and the dancer, that is the trainer and the trained. They literally together enter the hearts of one another and the audience. Thus, the Upadhyaya is one who, as an instructor, educates, trains, puts together every piece knowing the do's and the don'ts of the performance to make it as attractive as possible to the spectators. Coming to Sampradaya, which is the term for dance troupe, it consists of primarily the chieftain who is called Mukharan, the most knowledgeable, skilled and capable of being a leader. His chief assistant is a Pratimukharan, two Avajadharas who play the Avaja or the percussions, two Adhavaja percussion players and another two Karatadharas, which is also a percussion instrument. The troupe will have a Mardalam, drum players who will be 32 in number, cymbal players 2, another set of bell metal players who will be 8 in number. So, this description has been given by Sharangadeva of the troupe, which will be really big in size, which is something probably not imaginable in today's day. He also recommends that if you have 4 of some of these whom he has given us 2, it could be even better. He says 2 male singers, men along with the chorus of 8 other singers, and 2 women main singers with another chorus of 8 others will be the best, most fascinating troupe. But of course, he brings in only one dancer who with all the merit adds luster to this troupe with her beauty, her cleverness in synchronizing and coordinating with the troupe members. He has given the description of the merits of the dancers is similar to NATYASHASTRA and the defects also. This ideal troupe is called Kutila in the world. Madhyama and Kanishta are the names given for troops which have only half of what is recommended or even less than that respectively. The defects of the troupe in shlokas 1258 to 1259 are briefly given in the text as the absence of the merits that are enumerated in the section on Sampradaya. Broadly, the 4 merits would be following the troupe leader or Mukharan, the tempo fixed by him, filling up any lacunae if necessary, and keeping in pace with the exact rhythmic combinations. Defects mean the above are getting unfulfilled. Sharangadeva in shlokas 1325 to 1327 deals with the Acharya, the Nata and the Nartaka. The Acharya is declared to be the person who is an expert in Gita, Vadhya and Nritya, that is someone who knows theory and practice of the symphony of song, instrumental music and dance. His qualities must be eloquence in speech, handsome in appearance, including being well dressed, articulate in public relations with the pupils and others, who can easily shower compliments amicably on others, with oratory skills that has a good shade of a sense of humor, and last but not the least also an expert in playing instrumental music himself. Hence, we can understand that the Acharya is ranked higher than someone who generally instructs or recites the sounds with cymbals, in the sense that his responsibility is higher. The actor called the Nata is an expert in the Chaturvidha Abhinaya, Angika with the 3 divisions of Shakha, Ankura and Nritta, Vachika with the songs and the music, Aharya or the suitable makeup and apparel for the characters represented, and Satvika Abhinaya, or the histrionic representation arising from the mind and reflected upon the face primarily. An actor is also expected to be aware of the various kinds of plays like the Bhana. It is relevant to add that the 10 kinds of plays in their study gives a holistic idea on the various types of heroes and their corresponding characterization. A male dancer called a Nartaka is defined as reiterating what is given by other experts as well, that is one who is skilled and well trained in the marga of Nritya or traditional dance. Hence, one whose expressional dancing is very apt. Charana has systematically divided the roles to be assumed by the many members in the performance and clearly divided that of a male dancer and the female dancers. In the Shloka 1328, he speaks of the Vaitalika as one who is well versed with several languages, who can communicate easily in many matters and is versatile in the art of subtle observations and as a critique. 1329 is on Charana. The shloka is one who is knowledge of the Kinkini Vadya and the secrets of the musical ragas and is exceptionally clever. He is surrounded by the Vikata dancers who have ludicrous costumes and are in disguise. A Kohalatika in Shloka 1330 and 31 is one who carries a dagger and other weapons, well versed in Brahmarika Karana and adept in rope walking, and who can carry heavy objects on stage. In the context of procedure, we now take up the realm of rasa, which is the ultimate goal of artistic enterprise. Rasa is poured forth easier and spontaneously without much rigorous ritual or austerities, if one is able to fulfill all these procedures or the merits as given by Charana. One can compare the pouring of milk out of love for the calf from the udders of the mother cow as against the active milking of the cow. Yet both the source and the outcome are the same. This seems to be the difference between dance, which is Laya Yoga, where there is this experience, and other practices like the Hatha Yoga, which may be aiming to achieve the same through extreme effort.